Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I'd like to discuss another angle to the so-called Rwanda safety bill today, as Rishi Sunak undermines his own argument as it's revealed we have granted asylum to people from Rwanda, on the basis that it's not safe for them there. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel. So the temperature's rising again within the Conservative Party. Rwanda safety bill due to face its final reckoning in the House of Commons this week. There are going to be 2 days of debate, tomorrow and Wednesday, then the vote. The bill aims to deal with the concerns raised by the Supreme Court as they labelled the Rwanda scheme unlawful on the basis that Rwanda is not safe for all refugees. The government think this bill will do the trick because they aim to set down in law that Rwanda is safe. But as Labour's Chris Bryant said at the time, it's ridiculous, absolutely maddening thing to put into law. Like, if Rwanda is safe, you don't need a law to say so. And if Rwanda is not safe, then this law is designed to fabricate facts. I mean, if you can just legislate away facts, why doesn't Sunak do that for his root problems? Pass legislation that says there are no small boat crossings, to say net migration is at a record low, to say there are no NHS waiting lists, to say that hospitals and schools aren't falling down, to say there are no protests against the government. Actually, I think they actually did do that last one. But the government have now undermined their own argument. The iNews are reporting that the government have granted asylum to 6 people since it signed the deal with the Rwandan government in 2022. Note, this isn't 6 people who've claimed asylum from Rwanda. This is 6 people who've been granted asylum. The Home Office has determined that these people were not safe in Rwanda. So the government have officially concluded that in some cases at least, Rwanda is not a safe country. I strongly suspect this point may be made repeatedly during the debates this week. So as far as the Rwanda plan goes, the situation could be summed up as follows. We have spent £290 million on the scheme so far. That is £240 million for certain, plus we know another £50 million this year, which may be paid at any time, I don't know. This is also the minimum we know about. The Tories voted down a Labour motion last week to call for the government to reveal all payments connected to the Rwanda plan, so it might be way more. But we know £290 million at least has been committed so far, and in return we have sent 0 refugees to Rwanda, but we have taken 6 from them. Now, when I've said in the past, like, if you read the actual deal on the government website, you don't just read what's in the Daily Mail about it. No, if you actually read the deal, you go into the Home Office website and you find the actual Rwanda agreement and you read it through, you look at it and you go, okay, it limits the number of refugees we can send to Rwanda, but it also says we take them from Rwanda and it doesn't limit that. So we could end up taking more refugees from Rwanda than we send there, right? I wasn't expecting this to be proved correct quite so comprehensively. If someone who didn't really know anything about the Rwanda plan was to suddenly look at a summary of what's happened, they might actually conclude that the British government is paying Rwanda an awful lot of money to actually take their refugees, as if they're a commodity. Because the bottom line is, we've given Rwanda hundreds of millions of pounds, and Rwanda has given us people. I thought the trade in humans was banned. But this is just yet another case of the Tories promising to do something, promising certain outcomes relating from it, which appeal to some voters, so those voters support them. Then they do the thing they promised to do, get the opposite outcomes, and yet these voters never seem to smell a rat, even though it keeps happening. They are the classic trees in the oft-cited Turkish proverb about voting for the axe. And this latest fiasco shows there is no serious intent behind the Rwanda plan. It's already been reported that the government doesn't have the practical means to send people to Rwanda anyway. We're going to get the flights going. Flights? What are you going to do? Attach them to a stalk? What are you going to do? We haven't got a plane. Where's your plane? Even if the bill is passed into law and the Supreme Court say, yeah, we're cool with this now, there aren't any planes. Commercial airlines have said they will not take the contract for fear of the reputational damage to their company. The Ministry of Defence has said it has no airfields with suitable security for the task, and they're not going to stump up the roughly £20 million needed to upgrade one. It's a Home Office issue, they say, so the Home Office can pay for that. Only the Home Office doesn't want to pay for that. Even when Suella Braverman was Home Secretary, she's the one who claims she believes in the plan. Why didn't she give the Ministry of Defence the funds to get a secure airfield then? Why didn't you give them the funds to beef up security and a suitable airfield? Because it's a small fraction of the money she's bunged to the Rwandan government. It's because nobody's serious. It's not just that Rishi Sunak's not serious, that's evident. Nobody is serious about the plan. For the far right, it was created as a scheme deliberately doomed to failure so they could then argue for the abolition of human rights. For the rest, it was a scheme to appease the far right, to shut them up for a bit, because, you know, appeasing the swivel-eyed loons in their midst has worked out great so far, hasn't it? And this is because the government know the plan is not likely to survive either of the two hurdles to come, let alone both. It's not certain to even pass the House of Commons this week. If it does, it seems unlikely that a form of the bill which ignores court rulings will be passed. And if a bill is passed by the House of Lords, it will almost certainly be one that has to respect at least the Supreme Court, and there'll be another legal challenge. The Supreme Court are likely to raise their original objections. They might even be sarcastic. I'd be tempted to be a bit sarky. Well, look, we said you can't send refugees to Rwanda because it's not safe. You seem to have given us a piece of paper saying it is safe, honest. Yeah, we're not buying this. But then they can also point out that the government accepts that Rwanda's not safe because they've given some people asylum in the UK from Rwanda. Absolutely batshit, as the Home Secretary himself is reported to have said of the scheme. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, the join button for memberships. And until next time, I'll see you later.